Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel Peg Designs. I'm glad you could join me today. Today, as you can see, I'm showing you how to make the most of your coloured cardstock. So, getting into it, I decided to cut a whole heap of my 12 by 12, 30 by 30 centimetre different coloured cardstocks that I had. They're just a mix of brands, but I just found some that worked best together. And next I'll be showing you how I actually set them up to be cut on my Cameo. The beauty of my Cameo is that I can cut a whole heap of different colours together, and you'll see that in my setup now and when it gets sent to my Cameo. So that doesn't mean that you can't actually cut these images on your manual die cutter with your metal dies, because obviously there is so many circle dies out on the market and also so many sentiments like the one that I'll be showing you later that you can use. It's very easy that way, but this is actually just the process of how I use Illustrator and my Silhouette Cameo to get the same result. The beauty of the Cameo is that I can cut multiple colours and multiple circles at a time in one hit, maybe two hits, depending how many colours I'm using. And that's the advantage the Cameo has, is that it can cut those multiples all at once for you, rather than sometimes on a manual die cutter you've got to cut certain things one at a time. But it's completely your choice as to what machine you want to use to get the same result. Okay, here I'm just using the Silhouette Connect plugin that is available via Silhouette America to send my cut files to my Cameo. It's a plugin for the Adobe Illustrator software. You can do test prints, just as Silhouette Studio software can, and sometimes it takes a bit of trial and error to actually find the right material settings as well, but that's for another day. And now you'll see, sped up quite quickly, how the Cameo is actually cutting all those separate colours for me and how I've laid it up on the cutting mat there. So it's quite economical in that way. Now we come to the assembly of all of my die cut circles, and as you would have just seen, I've already put one lot of circles together. Now we'll do this second lot of circles, and what I should have done is I should have actually cut a circle base a bit smaller than this one I'm sticking down, so that I could stick all of them down onto that base, and then they would be completed, ready to put on the card, rather than having to put all these circles down, make them look nice, and then have to cut around all the card again manually. But it still worked. It just took a little bit more time and effort. So you live and learn, and I'll know for next time I actually do a design like this. I'll let you watch the remaining of the assembly, and I'll be back shortly. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to choose was a lovely mirror cardstock from this cardstock that I have on hand, which is all from Spotlight in Australia. They have the 3 different colours, and they're amazing cardstocks and great value. So I chose the sort of matte satin mirror cardstock, and the next process that you're seeing is how I've created my sentiment in Illustrator. I'm just scanning through a whole bunch of fonts that I have on my system until I find one that I really like. The one thing, and you'll see that I do increase the stroke line of this font quite a lot after I clean it up as well, is that is the advantage that a manual die cutter with metal plates has over digital die cutters, is that because it's based on a bit of a old school die cutting technique, it can cut such fine details, and that's the one thing that digital die cutters can struggle with. You've really got to account for how thick or thin your stroke is and what you're cutting when you use them. I've just sized it up accordingly and cleaned up any little nodes that are a bit off in Illustrator, ready to cut on the Cameo. Okay, just putting this card together. I love how these colours match up on this card. I was really happy with it, actually. It's really clean and simple. The font is beautiful in that it sort of is enough that it amplifies the colours that are the hero of the card. I ended up changing this top half circle after I placed it down. You'll see that shortly, because it was a little bit crooked, and being what it is, it would have stood out like a sore thumb. So I do fix it very shortly. I didn't know how to look at it in a few ways. I thought it looks like a rainbow, or sometimes they look like sun rays or a sunrise or a sunset, however you want to interpret it. But see how that sort of matte satin finish of the gold cardstock really adds to the actual colours of the half circles. Stands out really well. That's my little Sakura glue pen. I'm sure anyone out there has probably heard of these pens. They're absolutely amazing. This is just a series of gems. I haven't got any specially branded ones. I've just got a couple that I even just got on AliExpress, and some old ones from the Reject Shop, which is in Australia. Just finalising the placement of these embellishments, and the card is very close to being done. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel as we come to the end of another card today. It's been great having you. It's finished. Thank you so much for watching. I love how this card turned out today, and I hope you'll join me at my next card video. Any comments? Write them down below. Thank you so much. Bye.